Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me today. I am sharing with you guys what I got at the grocery store today. So today is Sunday and it is usually my errands day. On Sundays, I love to get the house clean. I love to go grocery shopping and just get prepared for the week. So this is actually a really crucial day of the week as far as for me staying organized and on top of things. So I thought I would share with you guys today the stuff I got when I went grocery shopping. So Wyatt and I have been really making an effort to be intentional about the food that we are putting into our bodies. There's a lot of just things out there that is just generally not good. We educate ourselves a lot on YouTube, and so I thought it'd be fun to share with you guys what diet we're into and some of the things that we get at the grocery store. In general, Wyatt and I try to eat a little bit more keto or animal-based or carnivore, so higher in protein, lower in the carbohydrates. Definitely try to avoid sugar. Now, that's not to say that we don't avoid those unhealthy things. We do treat ourselves at least once a week to something really, really special or something super delicious. But in general, 6 out of the 7 days of the week, or maybe 5 out of the 7 days of the week, we do like to eat more animal protein based. Wyatt likes to follow more of the carnivore diet, and I just like to follow more of the keto diet. So he is less vegetables, I am more vegetables, and that is what we find works best for our bodies. Now, on top of that, we are trying to consume less processed food. Now, this is really hard to do because literally, like, everything, if you think about it, like, everything you basically buy has been processed at some point. So this is really hard for us to follow. However, we are trying to strive more towards less processed food. So what does that mean for us? It makes it really hard for us to find great places to grocery shop. So typically where we go to, or stores that we trust, include Whole Foods and Trader Joe's. Again, that's not to say that we do not shop at places like Safeway or in Southern California, Vons or Gelson's or things like that. It's just these stores tend to have the products that we're aiming to consume. Let's go ahead and go through the groceries that I got. I wish I could be one of those people that just pop into the grocery store, pick out a few things, and I'm like, oh, this is what I'm gonna make for the week. I spend an intentional lunch hour during the week meal planning, actually. So on Wednesdays, I carve out my lunch hour to meal plan, and I usually do this in my Good Notes planner on my iPad and on my calendar. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and share that with you guys.
So welcome to my calendar. This is the standard Apple calendar that comes on iPhones and iPads and MacBooks and so forth. And the reason I like using this versus something like Google Maps is, one, it is really built for Apple products, and that's mainly what I use. I use all Apple products. So using a built-in app that is meant for their products just makes things easier for me. I also like the way that the calendar coloring works. I'm able to customize it for what I need. And the best part is, anytime I pull this up, it's synced live on any device that I'm using. So right now I'm on my MacBook, but it looks the same on my iPad and the same on my phone. So I love being able to make changes on any device that I'm using, and it'll sync live in the moment. So right now what you guys see is everything that's on my calendar, everything from, when I get ready, when I'm working out, when I'm working, what I'm eating. It also includes things that Wyatt was doing. So we like to share, things that we've got planned so that we're aware for taking care of the dog and maybe in the future kids. But yeah, this is what my calendar looks like. So let's go ahead and take off everything except for the meals here. So I have a lot of things going on, as you can see, but it helps me stay organized All right. So these are the meals that I have planned for the week. And the way I typically do this is I input it as, an appointment on my calendar. I type what it is, and then in the locations section, I type in what I'm having, and then I just basically set the time that I'm aiming to eat that meal. So it looks here, for breakfast, I typically like to eat the same thing every day, and then same for lunch. It just makes things so much easier for me when I'm eating the same thing. Plus, I tend to use all the products that I buy at the grocery store if I'm eating the same thing every day. Where I like to change things up though is for dinner. So I type in dinner and, same thing as for breakfast, for lunch, what the meal is. And then in the notes section, I'll go ahead and list the ingredients that I need at the grocery store. If you notice, it's not everything that's required of that meal. And a big reason is because sometimes I already have these products at home from grocery shopping weeks before. And so I typically list out only the things that I need to get from the grocery store here. Another thing I want to point out is I like to keep my weekends open here. As you can see, I don't have meals planned for the weekends. And a big part of that is because I typically am out and about on the weekends, whether it's meeting up with friends sometimes for a meal, or I'm out running errands and it's just easier for me to grab something on the go. But I do really lean on this calendar to run my life, and it just works great for me.
And then on top of meal planning in my calendars, I actually go ahead and input everything, like all the ingredients that are required for those meals, into my Google Sheets. Similar to like my outfit planner that I have in Google Sheets, I do have a grocery shopping list, or like also a meal tracker. I guess it's not really a tracker, it's just a list of meals that like I made or that I really like. That way when I'm meal planning, I just go to this list and pop it into my calendar. So
this is my grocery shopping list on Google Sheets, and I find that this works the best for me compared to like Microsoft Excel. So while I am a finance professional and I love using Microsoft products, especially Excel, it's not the most convenient when you're on the go. Their cloud, for me at least, doesn't work as good as or as quickly as Google's cloud. So it's much easier for me to use the spreadsheets or the sheets in Google. So on this first tab are the meals that I basically make at home. Some of them are pretty complex and some of them are super duper easy, but this makes it easy for me to pick a meal on here and put it onto the calendar, which is where I do the meal planning. And then the rest of the tabs are essentially aisles or sections of the grocery store where I can find those products. So we have produce, meat and seafood, some baking spices and condiments, dairy, rice, pasta, etc. And it's easier for me to put it in these categories because when I'm going through the grocery store, I can typically find all these products together. So this is the list that I needed for this week. And actually, I'm recording this after I had grocery shop. So as you can see, I've checked off acquired already. So I'll check off what I need, and then I will check off acquired once I've put the product in my cart. And something I like to do while I'm grocery shopping, especially for my produce list, is I like to take out all the cells that don't have the check mark. That way I can actually see exactly what it is that I need. And I don't know why those were unchecked, but it happens.
All right, so this is the stuff I want to talk about today. All of these products that I have here can be found at Whole Foods. I have a bag behind me of stuff that I stopped for at Trader Joe's. Luckily, where we live, Trader Joe's and Whole Foods are right next to each other, so it does make grocery shopping very convenient and easy. So I typically go to both. There's days when I get more stuff from Trader Joe's, and then there's days when I just get more stuff from Whole Foods. Let's go through what I got from Whole Foods. Now that you've seen my calendar and what I planned for the week, I'm going to kind of go through the stuff I picked that pertains to that week. Now I do also buy stuff that is more like just a refill of supplies that may not necessarily get used for the week. So yeah, we were just a little short on some of the things. So the first thing I'm going to start with is the Organic Valley Baby Swiss sliced cheese. So as you saw, I'm planning on making mushroom burgers this week, and I'm going to use Swiss cheese to go on the mushroom burgers. And so I thought it was a good idea to get organic. Again, we are trying to eat a lot cleaner, so like 99% of the products I think I buy are organic, if not all of them. So organic Swiss cheese. In the morning, if I'm eating breakfast, I do like to have, it's a very high protein breakfast, as you guys can see, eggs, turkey bacon, and I'll throw half an avocado on there. So I did buy organic, sugar-free, uncured turkey bacon from Whole Foods. A vegetable I really like, so I love tomatoes, period. I will chop them up and just throw a little bit of salt on there and have it as a snack. But I love even more these Campari tomatoes, which you also can find at Trader Joe's. They're just really plump and juicy, and the flavor in them is just a little bit different. I don't know what makes it different, but I do love Campari tomatoes. Another thing I'm really, really excited to actually try, this is my first time buying this, is almond milk. Well, that's the brand name. It's almond milk. And I didn't know this until I'd watched a few YouTube videos, but there are a lot of things that are added to like almond breeze or silk soy or almond milk, that brand. And if you look at the ingredients for almond milk, it actually shows that it is just filtered water, organic almonds, Himalayan pink salt, nothing else. So it seems pretty clean. So I'm excited to try this with my smoothie. I plan on having fish this week, so this is previously frozen wild caught Alaskan sockeye salmon fillet. I did want to buy the king salmon, but it was a little bit out of my budget, so I went with the wild caught Alaskan sockeye, and it just looks really delicious. So you can get perfect bars from Whole Foods. These are pretty expensive, but I find myself, because I'm so short on time, these tend to be like almost meal replacements for me. Like when I am really short on time, or I'm trying to get to work quickly and I'm just like really hungry, or I don't have time to sit down and eat a meal, these are pretty high in calories. I mean, I think they're around like 300 calories a bar, 340 calories a bar. So I do love perfect bars because they are higher in protein. So this is the bar that I like to go to when, you know, I can't really have anything else. Or they also make great snacks, and this is the only snack you're making. I also really love Zevia sodas. I think you've seen me drink these in a few videos because I love to like open a can up and drink these. I pretty much stopped drinking since living in Seattle. Yeah. And now I drink occasionally, like on a Friday night when we go out to dinner. I just find that like not drinking really just, I feel so much better. And I've also lost this like taste for wine. Like, I don't know, for some reason, like I drink and it's just not delicious anymore. So anyway, now that that's out of my budget, you know, I've decided to start substituting it, I guess, with other beverages. So Zevia is my favorite soda. It is a lot better than like Coca-Cola products. Not a lot is added to it. Well, it says it's naturally flavored. It's 0 calories. It's really delicious. And my favorite flavor is the cream soda. My second favorite flavor is the root beer one. And then I don't really like anything else other than that. But typically I drink Zevias. We always go buy Topo Chicos from Costco because those are really delicious as well. And those are pretty much all the beverages I have. We were due to refill our olive oil. So we usually use olive oil. We've tried avocado oil, but I just find when I cook with avocado oil, the food really sticks to the pan. So I had to refill our olive oil, so I made sure to get organic extra virgin olive oil. This week's recipe called for sage, so this is organic sage. And I love, bananas are my favorite fruit, so I went ahead and got bananas. I have been really bad about eating fruit lately, and a big part of it was like, I was shaming the fact that they had a lot of sugar in it, and I need to just know that fruits are also so high in nutrients, so being a lot more intentional about eating fruits now. I saw this on the shelf, and it's not part of my meal plan, but I wanted to grab it and try it because it looks really good. And I had mixed feelings about the Trader Joe's ones because it comes frozen, and anytime you cook something that's at least from frozen, I feel like it's just too watery. So these ones aren't frozen, they were actually on the shelf. And they're cauliflower gnocchi. Now, they still include, what it says here is potato and rice flour, but I thought it was a little bit healthier than doing just a straight potato gnocchi. So I'm really excited to try this. I did pick up the mushrooms, organic mushrooms, for my mushroom burgers. These are just fresh shallots. Whole Foods has paper bags instead of plastic to be more environmentally friendly. Another thing I want to prep is chia seed pudding. And so these are 2 cans of organic unsweetened coconut cream. That's, what I use to make my chia seed pudding. I got buns, organic buns for the mushroom burgers. Now, typically, I am having burgers twice this week. Typically, when I eat burgers, I love them protein style. And it's not that I don't like carbs. I love carbs, but there's something about the way that the crispy lettuce, biting into that and the crunch. I love the texture of protein style burgers and the taste. I don't know what it is. I just really like it. So the protein style cheeseburgers I'm making later this week will be with iceberg lettuce wraps. So those are actually, I already bought those a while ago, so I still have some. But these ones are for the mushroom burgers this week. These are for the salmon recipe. These are whole artichoke hearts. I bought these scour pads that are environmentally friendly. I really love products that are cleaner and hold, less chemicals in them. Also, they just look prettier because they're white. I mean, the only downside is when you do clean with white products, because we do have a white scrub daddy, they get stained really easily. So I feel like I am more likely to throw them out a little bit faster. I'm trying to be good about not doing that, but I do like not only the aesthetic, but the fact that these are environmentally friendly. And then I wanted to try this grass-fed whey protein powder. I put these in my smoothie for the week. And then finally, we've been having trouble with Maverick eating food lately. And also, I wanted to have her eat a little bit better along with us. And don't get me wrong, I have had no issues with her dog kibble, but I thought it was just time to try to move her towards a more fresh diet. So in the evening, I do like to make her chicken and a little bit of rice, and I throw some veggies in there. And then for breakfast though, I still do give her kibbles. Part of it is because we just bought the bag and we just need to go through it at this point. She is 10 years old and I would love to transition her to a fully fresh diet. It is very expensive though to do some of those companies. So it is cheaper for me to cook at home, although it's more time consuming. I think it'll be worth it putting her more on a fresh diet. She's getting older. It's better for her joints, better for her tummy. We've dealt with a lot of different issues, so hopefully eating fresh will help solve some of those issues. But in addition to that, while we're transitioning her off of her kibble diet, I bought her some treats because these are packed with nutrients and should be really good for her. So this brand is called Shameless Pets. We're trying these bananas for bacon. So it's like banana and bacon flavor treats, which so far she really liked. I found she really likes soft and chewy texture food and is not a fan of hard and dry things to eat. So I also, because I'm trying to transition her to a more healthy diet as well, she does now not when she knows she's getting her chicken, she does not want to eat kibbles for breakfast. She will wait all day. She's a very picky eater. So now that she knows she gets good food, she's skipping her kibbles in the morning. So I've had to add stuff to the kibbles like bone broth, or I did end up buying her canned dog food just to help us get through the bag because dog food is pretty expensive. And then I also bought this, it's the same brand, Shameless Pets, air dried dog food topper, and it's salmon, sweet potato, and carrot recipe. It so far, I tried to give it to her just individually just to see if she would just take it like a snack. And she was we went on a walk and I always bring snacks with me, and she was she would grab it in her mouth and then spit it out. So far it's not going well, but I'm hoping, when I mix the broth in and the canned food, she'll receive it a lot better. So this is the whole food stuff. Now let's go through my Trader Joe's bag. First thing is the organic microgreens. And I feel like Trader Joe's is the only place where I can find this. I've tried to find it at Safeway, but instead of putting lettuce in my sandwiches, I do like to use the microgreens, mostly for the taste, but also they are just full of, or they have more nutrients than lettuce. Lettuce is basically just water. And so better overall, it tastes better. It says that ingredients include organic broccoli, organic purple kohlrabi, don't know if I'm saying that right, all organic mizuna, kale, red cabbage, yada yada yada. You guys can find it at Trader Joe's and check it out for yourself. I really like it. Next here is Maverick's drumstick. So I did get her, because the chicken she eats is always one drumstick for dinner, and it's actually, in my opinion, not that expensive. So I buy her a pack of drumsticks, and I do buy her the same chicken I eat, which is organic, free-range chicken. They're sustainably farmed and raised without antibiotics. And I got myself chicken thighs for my shredded chicken that I'm gonna slow cook tomorrow. And then these are my favorite snacks, and honestly, I don't think they're that healthy. I mean, they do have 0 added sugars, and the total sugar is less than 1 gram, but it's also not a lot of protein and a decent amount of sodium. But that's all I got from Trader Joe's because I got everything from Whole Foods. All right, well, that wraps up the grocery haul for today. Leave a comment below if you liked it. I would be happy to do another one, especially as we start transitioning out a lot of our older products to more new, organic, and less processed food. If that's something you're interested in, definitely leave a comment. I'd love to see any recommendations you guys have, products you like. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and I